All right. So both games are, or I'm sorry, hype music copyright free. Yep, you know it, buddy. I've been doing these. I've been doing the copyright free music, but it's still there's like a small chance of it. You know what I mean? Oh I guess I'm on this already. Whoops. All right, let's get going, boys. Let's get this going. And this is yeah, new set of teams. Let's see how these games go. So this is going to be GoodGameGoons versus Squad2Deep. So Squad2Deep is on the right, and then 3G on the left. So already Crashed, Violet being banned out, Chugnar being banned, and Arum. I do like what I see. So such great bans. Things are looking good. Again, we do have, let me see. I think I'm caught up in my giveaways. You can only do 3 a day, so I think I'm caught up in my giveaways. So we'll go ahead and do another one. So I'm going to allow entries. So if you didn't get in the that last one, make sure to type it in. And again, if you guys are new, read the do ! partner, and you'll read that message. Make sure to give a lurk. It could be worth it. All right, so we got Groot being banned out, and now we're waiting on the next ban. And Marja. So Marja, great ban all around. She's such a strong champion. And we have the Grok, the big boy, getting picked. I love it. I love what I see. So with Chugnar being banned, Grok is an excellent pickup. But Mina and Jannar getting picked up right away. And those are amazing picks as well. So what is this blue team going to do with that being noted and shown? Panda. So Panda's not a bad pick, but Panda's not a bad pick for maybe later on, but we'll see what the rest of this team's going. If you don't have any squishy type heroes, which more than likely you will because you'll have a mid, but Jannar's not easy to kill sometimes. His ult does give him a little bit more of a, damage reduction. And Malik's no walk in the park either, but Mina is an excellent pickup. She's so strong right now. All right, so we're seeing Slims is going to be their jungler, so great choice there for sure. Malik is showing that he has the disabled tower. I would be really surprised by that. I'd be really surprised by that. I have not seen that build in ever, but maybe it's something that they definitely know what they're doing. So I do like that there are 3 tanks on this team, so whatever these two pick, they should be able to defend it pretty well. I mean, tanks, Panda's more of an assassin. The 2 tanks, I'm sorry. But having an assassin like this is going to be good, and Panda is going to be jungling. So wow. That's not a jungler that we typically see, but I'm interested. I do like the Maganga pick with the team that they have. Maganga plus Grok, Grok's ult can lead to a lot of damage, if executed correctly. But you could say the same thing with Mina and her ult, but Grok's ult is a little bit longer than Mina's, but she does have that hook, so it's a trade-off. Slims was picked up in Irie as well. Irie, top champion, very good. So Malik's going to have his hands full with that. And Arduin getting picked up. So look at this. Two of these heroes have executes, which is going to be very bad for this blue team. But they do have a Maganga that could potentially keep them healed up. I like what I see. Both teams, I would have to say my initial reaction is that this red team definitely won the picking phase. But it's only because this blue team is going with something completely different that I've not seen before. So they could throw a wrench in everything that this red team is going to try to do. So, and with that being said, this is game 1, best of 3, and this is our second set of matches. So if you didn't get to see the first set, Cranston Esport versus VVV, that just finished, and it was pretty crazy. So the first set, Cranston Esport did end up taking that victory, and it was a heck of a 3 games. About lost my voice halfway through game 2 because I was shouting so much. Yeah, so this will be game number 1 of these 2 teams, and we're about to get into it. So I don't know how I feel about the 2 executes on this red team. I think that's a little overkill, but maybe it'll work out in their favor. And Yorn does have the silver badge as well as Jannar. So those are two especially Yorn is a very much you got to know how to play him, because Yorn doesn't have an escape. He's very much a kind of a siege cannon in a way. He has to sit there and just shoot and hope that he doesn't die. So not having that experience could really show in these games. But here we go. Blue and red teams both run into their respective jungles. I don't see either of them. Oh, we might see actually red trying to invade. And look at this. They are ready to go, and Grok is about to run straight into a trap. It's a trap, and Grok just getting completely stunned out at this point. They blew both of their stuns, so Grok may have a chance to get out of this, but no, with those executes, he is going to be taken out, and that's first blood. Oh, a spear landed by Slims. Slims doing a great job, and then Mina following up right afterwards, and that is going to get Yorn out of this red buff. So this red team easily won this. Slim's trying again for that arrow, but just barely misses it. Maganga taking a lot of damage there, and the red buff was given to the Slims. So Slims coming out very much ahead with a kill, the red buff, and is now moving over to his lane. While all of that went on, Panda did not rotate over to the red buff, which is a big misplay. He should be going over there at this moment, and this is just something that you kind of learn when you see an enemy invade, is that you immediately go over to their buff and invade it. So now Slims has a free red buff. All right. And then it looks like, oh, Grok was able to land a hook and follow through on Arduin. So Arduin does get taken out there. Very nice. Very good play. All right, red team now checking everything that's going on. Red team still does have the money, and it's because they were able to get those buffs and also the first blood. And now look at this. Panda down on bottom to try to help, trying to get this tower. Yorn really needs to attack the tower, and since he isn't, his entire team is really suffering from this. And now Grok is going to get taken out here, and sure enough, Mina getting that kill. So a big misplay by, they all could have attacked it once and it would have died, but instead they chose to attack the heroes and or run. And now look at this, Yorn could possibly get tower dove, but this red team is wanting to get the dragon instead. Red team now rotating over to the dragon, picking this up, and did a great job there. So red team now still again in the lead. Yorn flirting with death on bottom. He is playing so aggressive at this point, and now Slims is down there. Panda trying to come in, but he is going to get immediately hit by Mina, or grabbed by Mina. Grok did a great job landing that hook onto to Slims, and look at this, Mina is almost dead, and finally is taken out there, and Malik coming down as well, and look at this, it is just a cluster, and now Jannar running for his life, but is going to get taken out by Malik if he keeps pursuing. Oh, Malik doesn't have boots? Wait, excuse me? Malik doesn't have boots, but Jannar does, and he's able to get away. So Malik's first item in almost every situation is to get boots. You need that to be able to catch up with those, with situations like that. But he didn't have them, and he let that kill get away. So right now, Grok is 3-3 at this point. No boots, no support item, and I don't know what he's building. I really don't know what he's building, but it's working. It's working. That's the important part. So it looks like Mina is close to trying to gank this Maganga. Things slowing down just a little bit. Looks like Grok trying to give his Yorn some space to get some of that experience. Panda running into a bush right where Jannar is, but quickly backs off when he sees Mina. Alright, we got Mina and Jannar both in mid. I really think that Mina should be... There she goes. She's starting to roam somewhere else at this point. Runs right into Malik. Malik hits her with a swipe. Now there's 3 heroes up on top, and Malik needs to get back to his tower before his tower really takes a punish and needs to run around. There he goes. He's running around, doing his best. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. The tower's gone. He's jumping in a little too late. Red team did a great job finishing off the tower, unlike what the blue team did on bottom. And we're able to finish that off. Panda trying to chase down the Irie. Not able to land it. Ooh, Grok doing a great job with his ult. And this is what I'm talking about, that wombo combo with the Grok and the Maganga. Just too strong. Looks like Jannar jumped in, was able to take out Panda, and is quickly backing away. All while Arduin is in mid, is trying to get this tower. Not going to have enough to finish it off, but is going to have to back off, but did some excellent damage to it. Yorn trying to get some damage out. Next to nothing right now. He really needs a little bit more farm. He did just finish his second item, so he's going to be a little bit better. And look at this. You can see Irie wanted to initiate, but saw the other heroes and chose to back off. All right. Things are slowing down. Let's go ahead and check out the gold chart. Gold chart is all over the place, but it is in favor of this red team, but quickly going in the other direction. If this red team does get this dragon, they will for sure be in the lead. And sure enough, the blue team not aware of what's going on. Grok was pretty close, but he just wasn't able to view the dragon from that point of view. And the red team does pick that up, so now they are definitely in the lead as far as gold is considered. Oh, Grok landing a nice blind hook onto Mina. Mina already taking a lot of damage there. Jannar jumping in with his ult, doing immense damage, and the red team is just falling apart at this time. Panda is so close to making it out of there, but Arduin does land his execute onto Panda, finishing him off. And now it is just Slims versus these 4 heroes. And look at that, the disable on the tower really on the Malik is doing wonders right there. And oh, Slims gets ulted, or does get hooked, and oh, Yorn barely misses his skill. And look at, so close to being dead there. They're gonna go ahead and back off at this point. They already won. They got the 4 kills. They got the tower. Blue team now catching back up. All right, red team looks like they want to pursue down on bottom. And you can see them. They are ready to go on this blue team, on this Yorn, down on bottom. We got an ult coming in from Arduin. We got Irie coming in with her ult as well. And this could be Grok getting thrown out his ult, which is really impressive. And now Jannar throwing out his skills. This is kind of a hit and run. They all need to initiate. Is a little sloppy, but they were finally able to finish him off. They all should have just went in at one time, but it seemed to be one at a time. Red team, all 5 down on bottom. We do have Panda up on top, and there is only 2 heroes here right now. Maganga actually getting hit right there. If they initiate onto him, they could possibly finish him off. Mina trying to catch up, but just wasn't able to due to the slow. Ooh, Slim's landing a great arrow or spear, I'm sorry. And look at this. Malik just not able to really catch up to a lot of these heroes. Panda coming down, trying his best, but not able to finish him off. And now, oh, Slim's actually getting hooked right there, and he is taken out. So the blue team is doing really well as far as once they group. When they are apart, they are overextending a little bit and need a little bit of work there. But man, they're doing really excellent once they group. The red team kind of fell apart towards the end of there. They should have backed out a little bit sooner than they wanted to. They wanted to press this high ground tower. They even got a couple hits on it, but I think it was just getting a little too greedy, and it kind of came back and bit them. All right. Red team now licking their wounds after that potential loss. It is right now in favor. Oh my gosh, it is neck and neck at this point. The gold is just back in favor of blue, possibly, but not by much. The next fight is really gonna sway the tables in the other team's favor, and we'll see see who that is going to be. The red team is already setting up for possible ganks. You can see them all in this top lane, watching their Slims, making sure he doesn't get killed. All right, the blue team is back into the middle, showing that at least 3 of them are there. The Abyssal Dragon, the Enraged Abyssal Dragon, getting spawning. And is this a potential Darkslayer? And it looks like Slims might be trying to sneak a Darkslayer at this point. The blue team is rotating that way. They're going to see this and hopefully be able to do something about it. Look at this. The Slims is not backing off. Grok is in hot pursuit. Grok does get hit with an arrow, does get taunted by the Mina, and during that time, Yorn was actually taken out. Now, Jannar ults in the middle of 2 of those heroes, and now look at this. Panda gets taken out as well. That is 3 heroes. 4 heroes now that this red team has taken out, and only Jannar has been killed. And the Slim's arrow does not land. He does end up killing all. They all end up dying. This is going to be a Darkslayer and possibly 2 towers for this red team. And look at Slims. Slims is actually opting to go a different direction, and it looks like they are easily going to be able to pick this high ground tower up on top. Slims is now pushing the mid lane, and they should be able to pick up this tower as well. The blue team is not going to be able to... oh, and he hooks a creep at that point and really thought that he had it, and he threw the ult as well. So that is a 3 tower, 5 kills, and a Darkslayer in the amount of 30 seconds. So this red team is definitely in control of this game at this point. And Mina actually getting hooked into the tower, takes a lot of damage, but is actually gets killed by Grok. So Grok was taken out there. Another hook, just barely missing through that. Just 2 of the heroes barely get hooked, or barely get missed by the hook. Apologize. All right, and it looks like they are now going in on the Enraged Dragon. So right now they do have the debuff. They do 50% less damage, and they're going to be uncontested. This red team is going to be able to pick this up with next to no issues. And this blue team is just really kind of letting it happen. They're trying to get their Yorn the blue buff, and that is a big misplay right there. Looks like Jannar is going to pick that up. All right, action slowing down. We'll go ahead and take a look at the gold chart. We already know where that's going to lead us, and it is a almost, what is that, 4,400 gold difference currently for the blue team. But 1 fight is all this blue team needs, and I think they have it in them. It is a 15-15, but it is a 7 tower and 2 dragon and 1 Darkslayer difference between the 2 teams. So this blue team does have a huge uphill battle coming out, and We will see what ends up happening. Grok really needs to land a great hook. Jannar does get hooked. He throws out his ult. Everyone's throwing out their abilities, and it looks like the red team is winning this fight. And sure enough, that is exactly what's happening. But Irie getting taken out down back in the oh no, Maganga does get landed with a stun, and this will be the end of game 1. So the blue team looked like the red team was actually winning that, but Yorn was in the back, was able to get the Irie off of him and Maganga. So I thought that the teams were going to turn around, but as I said that, the other hero, Malik, ended up perishing in the fight, which really made that a big difference. So GG's for sure. All right, so the red team did win that one, so we will see if this is going to go to a 3-gamer. I really don't know. I'm really not sure. Yeah, very interesting builds. And I think that that's something that we needed to take a note. So Grok built Crimson Banner, which I thought was interesting. And I did notice that Arduin was building more damage than anything, which I thought was crazy. Grok carrying, yes, definitely. Want to do the giveaway? Oh yeah. So we'll go ahead and pick the giveaway. So if you didn't get in, make sure to type in !giveaway. We're gonna go ahead and get this next game started, and as I start it, we will type that. We will see who is going to be the winner. Give me one moment while I set this game up. Games on their way. Hey, Tyler, that boy, man. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you again for everyone that hosted, followed, chilling, lurking, talking, all the things. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you, man. All of the stuff, all of the support that we get, we throw back into the stream. So if you guys are ever curious, that is what. But can we get some pizzas in chat for our new Tyler Dap boy, man? Yeet. Welcome. KZ played today. Eastern, they did. They did very well, and they won. They did very good. Very, very good. Yes. Spoiler, they did. Hey, thank you, boys, for them follows. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, looks like both teams are ready, so we're going to go ahead and get into game number 2. So, remember that Squad2Deep is going to be on the blue side this time. If they win this, they will take the series, and if 3G is able to win this, we will go to game 3. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the game. And there we go. All right, so Tree being banned, Jannar being banned. Jannar was a pretty big menace from last game. Definitely something that they didn't know that they were going to have to deal with. So it does not surprise me that they're banning him out this time. Oh yeah, the giveaway. Let's find out. So the giveaway winner is Matt. Matt won. If you can, say something in chat so I know that you're here, and I'll mark you down if you're here. So next band coming out, Crickneck. No, Chugnar being banned. If he's not here by the time we start the game, we'll go ahead and re-roll it. He's not a sub. Subs we don't re-roll. Normal just people who pass by and just enter the giveaway. Then we'll just re-roll it if they're not here to claim it, because I need their actual info to get it. But yeah, most of the subs are within our Discord. By the way, if you guys want to join our Discord, we talk about a lot of AOVs, puppers, and funny videos. So if you guys want to join, feel free. All right. So why does Tree get banned? Because he's really, really strong. He's very, very tanky and able to stun throughout a team fight and survive through the team fight. So he's a very important hero to have. He's a very important hero to have on your team as a tank for sure. So we see Jannar, Mina, and also Violet being banned, and Aram, Chugnar, and Mr. Tree himself getting banned. So we're just waiting for the picks to come out. So right now, the blue team has the advantage. They do have one game up. This is game number 2, just to remind you. So Squad2Deep did take game 1, and 3G needs to win this in order to get to a game 3. Otherwise, Squad2Deep will take this game. All right, so Irie with that execute already being picked for their top lane, so a great pickup there. Finnick being shown for this red team. Finnick is very strong. He is a really strong champion because he's able to push those objectives, but you need a team that's able to protect him, or else he just falls over within a hit or two. So having someone like Arthur isn't really an amazing pick, but having someone more like a Crest or a Mina, who's already currently banned, would be maybe a better pick. But Arthur instead gonna be going top against the Irie, so nothing that he needs to protect the Finnick with. So showing Flash, I do like to see Flash, and also picking up that Crest. So Crest all around such a tanky hero, really obnoxious to deal with in a team fight. He is so tanky that you have to really just ignore him and fight everyone else, but he does get the damage later on in the game. So right now, going back to that Grok, do love me some Grok gameplay, so love to see that. So Chugnar being banned, Grok is not a bad choice. I don't like the Omen pickup. So Omen is going, from what it looks like, in the jungle. And they, again, like I said before, is that you need some people that can help Finnick. And right now, the only help that Finnick has is they're kind of setting him up for failure. They have an Omen, again, who isn't going to be in most of the team fights. And you have an Arthur and a Grok. Grok can kind of help in a team fight with his ult, but as far as his hook, he's going to be hooking people towards the action, so they might be able to pick someone off, but that doesn't give any kind of peel action for the Finnick. There's just not much there. The only thing that you really have is Omen's ult at this point, and the ult from Grok. So that's 2 ults just to protect, you know what I mean, just to protect a Finnick. I think that they need a huge support hero for their next pick. Or I'm sorry, not support hero. A huge mid that has quite a few disables. I think a Liliana would be really good at this point. Yeah, but I'm really not sure. Roxy getting picked up for this blue team as well as that Slims. So no surprise here. Slims, such a strong champion. All right, and we're about to start here. So Lumber getting chosen for I don't know. They need a mid, and they're showing Lumber. I'm a little confused. There we go. So Khalid, not the champion that I'm looking for. As far as someone that they have no disables. They have high damage, which is good, and that may pay off for them. But no kind of disable, nothing to slow them down, nothing to peel off or anything like that. Again, has an ult and maybe the whip to the whip towards him to slow them down. Grok does have the ult, which I think is going to be the literal thing to be able to get this going. But Arthur, again, no real disables. Yeah, I think 3G has a very big uphill battle just from the picking phase. But with that being said, let's kind of look over at the blue. So the blue team, Irie is going to be going up against Arthur. And I really don't know how that matchup goes, but I know that Irie is super strong right now, and she should have no problem being able to pick him apart. Crest is going to be the support for the team versus kind of like the Grok at this point. Crest basically wins that early game until Grok can get some more items. But unless Grok can really land some great hooks on some of the heroes. Roxy versus I guess the Omen is going to be an interesting battle, or possibly, yeah, I'm really not sure. These two matchups are going to be odd. They both have the punish ability, which will be interesting. So yeah. Other than that, Klee and Flash, Flash wins that one-on-one, but when it gets to more of a team fight scenario, Klee is just becomes so strong towards the end of the game. Does have a bronze badge, which is very important to note, because if you're not comfortable with Klee, you can overextend with her a lot. And that will be, I think, the biggest thing in this match. Oh, yeah, re-roll the giveaway. Thank you, sir. And live on your TV, if you're here, buddy. I think you are a sub, so you get it anyway, so congrats. Congrats. All right. All right, so right now we're starting the game. So again, if the red team does win this, we will go to game 3, but blue team does have the advantage. So already we have an invade of the red team jungle going for the blue buff. The blue buff does get taken out there, and I'm really not sure who actually ends up who ended up stealing it, but it looks like Roxy was able to pick it up. They are able to get the first blood. Now all of a sudden going for that Grok. Does get the Grok kill as well, and Finnick ends up with the blue buff there. So it was a 1-for-1 exchange there, but then the blue team does pick up another kill. So that is right now the blue team is ahead. Finnick did end up getting that blue buff, which he really does need in order to be useful when it comes to the ganks. He is very, I wouldn't say mana intensive, but definitely doesn't have much of as far as regen. So, oh, Roxy getting hooked into the tower. Lots of damage coming out. She's not as tanky as she will be later on in the match. She's taking a lot of damage. Arthur doing a great job and does get taken out. Crash trying to in hot pursuit of the Arthur, but he's going to back out. So that just tied the game up. So great job down on bottom for that red team. Grok doing a great job landing those hooks. All right, so, and this is what I'm talking about. So right now, level 3 does not have her shield. She really needs to, and that's kind of what those bronze badges are about. Doesn't have her shield up, maybe potentially waiting to see Finnick doing a great job getting some of that damage out there, but Flash coming in with the big boy hit almost kills him. If he would have had some kind of support there, would have done really well. So if we go back to Kali, again, doesn't have that shield. That's so odd. You can basically keep that shield up at all times, and I'm not sure the motive behind that. Kratos, the Abyssal Dragon, does get taken out, so the blue team now does have that advantage. And I'm curious if during this initiation, if she does use the shield and doesn't. So Kali, again, this is a pretty big misplay. You need to have that shield up at all times so that your skills hit harder, you have more movement speed, and finally does cast that shield. So good for them. So it looks like we got a rotation up on top. Omen might not know what's coming to hit him, but look at this. There's 3. Does he actually think that only Slims is there? And look at this. They're trying to bait this so well. And look at this. They now have Grok rotating up here. Finnick very close as well. And they are choosing to go onto that Finnick. Finnick now getting ulted by the Irie, instantly taken out. Crash throwing out his ult. Flash coming in with his ult as well. And now looks like both of these are going to be able to walk away. But Kali, overextending like so much, is going to be taken out here without a doubt. And that is it for that Kali. And that is when I was talking about earlier on, is that with those bronze badges, you overextend with heroes that you're not familiar with, and that is a perfect example. Really didn't see that. Grok landed a great hook onto Flash, but just not able to have... No one on his team was there to get ready to execute. Finnick was able to get out of a bad situation there. Irie coming in, ulting on the Grok. Grok being taken out. Now, the red team is scrambling to get this... this team off their towers. Omen doing a great job, doing what he does best, which is pushing. He was able to get that top tower. Finnick trying to get his blue buff, and was actually able to, and is backing off with next to no problem. Looks like Arthur was trying to jump in, but is going to have to back out there. All right, Omen up on top against that Irie. Irie is going to start losing this battle here very quickly, and sure enough, there it is. If Omen did have, instead of this, had execute, would have taken her out, but she is able to get away from that. And then we do see that Crest is going to come up top and try to lend some support, and also push this lane. So the red team did gather into mid. A little odd to gather 4 in mid when there's no one pushing. I think they were kind of maybe switching up lanes. Finnick was just maybe passing by, but Omen was all the way back in base, so maybe it's just coincidence. Look at Kali, again, doesn't have her shield. She finally pops her shield when she first, after she laid her ability, as opposed to anything else. Look at Omen, way out of position, completely in the wrong spot. Grok tried to land his hook, but it was on the crest when he was transforming, which makes him invulnerable. And then Grok ult was nowhere near the heroes because he did not land that hook. So red team losing a player and a tower up on top for next to no reason. Flash just died to a tower. I don't know what that was about, but that was interesting. And right now, like there's so many heroes up right now, and they're just giving up these towers. Kali still does not have the buff on that gives her the movement speed that she needs to get around this map. And if we look at the boots, still has level 1 boots. Did buy the boomstick as opposed to going with the tier, which gives her some damage. And here we go. The fight is coming out. Omen doing his best to try to get away from Irie. And now, a big hit onto Grok. Kali does not have her shield up, using her ult, so a big misplay there as well. And at this point, I think we're going to have to stop commenting about it because it keeps happening. So, but yes, Grok getting hit with that Slim Spear did really put the nail in the coffin as far as him dying at that point. Crash trying to push this tower And sure enough, they are able to pick this up. Omen running for his life away from Flash. And they're going to be able to push this high ground tower. And look at this. They have 2 heroes down on bottom when the mid tower is getting taken out. Big misplays. Kali has no mana. Arthur very low on life. And they were able to pick up Slims, who was trying to kill that Finnick in the base. So a little overextension by that Finnick. But look at this. Omen trying his best to try to chase after him. Potentially get one of them. Does actually get Roxy, but Roxy is very tanky at this point with all that money that her teammates have been recovering for her. Irie coming in, missing the ult on most of the heroes, and now is going to have to run away. And she actually is going to get taken out here. Arthur doing a great job with that execute, and now Arthur might be able to take out Crashed as well. He is going to be able to catch up. Finnick in hot pursuit, and Flash coming in now, trying to get some damage out, and that is going to be a disengage. Flash backed up and mistakenly used his ult. So during that, Roxy was initiating onto the dragon, and now the dragon is very much going to be picked up for this blue team. So that is 3 dragons, 6 towers for this blue team, and it is 1 tower for this red team. So as far as objectives, this blue team is just running away with the thing. All right, things are slowing down just a little bit, but as we say that, we see that Irie is in position trying to get this this blue buff, and you can see the entire red team. This is going to probably be one of the last fights if this red team does lose this. Looks like, oh, the pickup on the Kali. Kali is going to get insta-killed right there. What a great job by the Roxy to land that skill. And now look at this. There's just devastation all over the place. And now Omen is going to get possibly picked up. Roxy does get hooked. Grok did do a great job, but Grok is going to get picked up as well. The creeps are here, and that was why it was such a bad position there for that red team to fight, as opposed to just giving up that buff. And that is going to be the game. And that is a second win for Squad2Deep. You have to be careful when your creeps are so close to your base that if you lose in a 5-man, if you lose all 5 people, that is going to be the end of the game, and that's exactly what happened. So bad positioning, lack of watching where the creeps were, definitely finish that game off for sure. So that will be it. So that is the last game for tonight. GG's all around. So Squad2Deep does take the second game.